up, get out right out of your bed, that's your quicksand. Getting rid anxiety and head, you can fix it. Rid of stigmas, all of them you said, we ain't listening. Just remember, try to do your best, you can win this. Maurice Benard, State of Mind.
Here we are. Hi, how are you? What's going on, man? You're out of order. That's from Al Pacino in Justice for All. Thank you very much. Sometimes I don't know what comes out of my mouth, and that's the way I like it. Okay. That's not that funny, but for me it was. What's going on? Please, I'm gonna say it again, or maybe I shouldn't even say it now. I should say it now. We want to get to 200,000 subscriptions, and I think if you guys just keep hitting the button, that doesn't matter because you got to get your brother to hit it or your sister to hit it because you can't. If you're the same person, you can't get another hit. Shit's coming out of me right now. You know why? Because I'm tired. I'm getting tired. But when I get tired, I do my best work. All right, who I got today? All right, I'm just going to lay it on you. I have somebody who started General Hospital, and I'm just going to flat out say it, even though Chad Duell's my friend, I just got to say things as they are. This guy's come on and just, people love his ass. I don't know. It's like popular. It's just, and it's not easy to do, to come on a show and replace somebody else who's been so popular for so long. But he has done it really, really quickly. I don't know if it's going to keep going, but I have to say it's been a while since I've seen that with this person. So his name is Rory Gibson. What's up, brother?
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate the kind words.
Hey, man. Only the truth.
Yeah.
How we start this one? These state of minds, they start so different because sometimes I want to start here, and then I start over here, and then I start here. So why don't you just take me? You're from. You were born. Wait, don't tell me. You were born.
You remember? I told you.
I know, and I put it that Long Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were raised in Palo Alto.
No, not quite. Not as far north. Born in Long Beach, and then Dad stayed down in South Bay. He was in San Pedro.
Oh.
And then me and Mom moved up to Bakersfield because my grandma lived up there. So then grew up bouncing back and forth between Pedro and Bakersfield.
Oh, Bakersfield. Yeah. That's what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to understand, people, if you're not from anywhere near here.
Yeah, you got to know because you're from
Yeah, because I used to take the drive.
Yeah, so you know.
That highway.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing in Bakersfield. I mean, I don't know what the heck's going on in Bakersfield. Yeah. I mean, what happened? How did you grow? How did you like Bakersfield?
It's weird. I just had this conversation a couple days ago with Steve, and when I was growing up there, I kind of hated it. And I've grown to appreciate it a lot more now in my adulthood, looking back on it.
The cows? There's cows.
Dude, it's not so much the cows, just the fact that, like, it's kind of a, like, rough and tumble place to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's no joke. There's certain parts of it that are really, really nice, but there's a lot of it that's, it kind of forces you to, be a tough person.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Did you fight a lot?
Yeah, when I was young.
I did too, man.
Yeah, when I was young. Yeah, unfortunately.
Or fortunately.
It's weird looking back on it like that, man, because I remember at the time, it was weird because growing up, I was a pretty fearful kid just because of situations and stuff. But then looking back on it, it's almost like, oh, I'm almost glad that happened because it kind of shaped, you know, who you are now.
Yeah, yeah. I remember, this is probably something we haven't talked about, and I've talked about everything. I used to be like I thought this dude stole my equalizer out of my car, you know, the music thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I had a billy club with lead inside. That was crazy, man. And he pulled, I said, did you give me the new equalizer? He goes, no, I haven't been able to get one yet. I said, so I stood on his car, brand new car that he had. And I'm not proud of this, but it did happen. And I just took this billy club and I kept going like this, tick, tick, tick. Don't break it, man. Don't break it. Tick. Get me the equalizer. Give me the equalizer. Yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of fighting going on too when I was young. I mean, it's kind of what I did. But so you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have an older brother. He's 6 years older than me, and he grew up in Salinas. He was in Northern California.
Oh, really?
And then my little brother and sister, they grew up in Bakersfield with me. My little sister's 5 years younger than me. My little brother's 6 years younger than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you want to kick your brother's ass when you were little? Like, did you say to him like I did with my brother?
It was different because me and my older brother didn't really like grow up together. We saw each other like a couple times throughout the year. And then me and my little brother, my younger siblings, I feel like I have a much more like kind of paternal relationship than a sibling relationship with. So it's different. But that dynamic was very prevalent with my older brother.
Yeah.
Because it was weird because I think we talked about this. My dad was a professional fighter for a while. And so anytime, and me and my older brother share the same dad, me and my younger brother and sister share the same mom. So it's all half siblings. And then with me and my older brother, every time we were together, we were with my dad. And my dad was like, you guys have to know how to fight. Like, you just have to. It's just part of life.
Right.
So we would always train. So anytime I saw my older brother, we essentially kind of like had to fight to a degree. And that's trickled into adulthood now because he lives here in LA now. And he's like one of my best friends. I love him to death. But we train a lot together and we spar a lot together. And it's one of those things where you go to the gym and have a sparring session.
Boxing?
It's totally a little bit of Muay Thai. We do a little bit of
Oh,
everything.
God.
When you go to the gym, it's pretty civil. If you're doing it with your brother, it gets really not civil real quick. So now it's so weird because like we love each other to death, but every time we do this, we end up just fighting.
Yeah, you know, my brother was 6 years older.
Oh, so it's the same deal.
Yeah,
then.
and the problem was that, like, one time I was talking shit to him and his friend, and I was like maybe 12.
Yeah.
And so him and his friend took my pants off and threw me outside in my underwear.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed off, man.
Dude, the big brother torture thing. It was
No, he was yeah, because I couldn't kick his ass because he was too big.
Yeah.
But I said to him, when I'm older, and I got all buffed and stuff.
Yeah.
And I took 3 years of Taekwondo. When I'm older, I'm going to kick your ass. I really am going to kick your ass. And when I could kick his ass, I didn't want to anymore. You see what I'm saying?
I had a different experience.
Oh.
It was like my brother, he's a pretty tall, like lanky guy. I think he's like 6'3".
Oof.
But growing up, he was always really skinny. So it's like once I was in high school, I got to a place where I was like, dude, I could beat the shit out of you.
Right.
Don't fuck with me.
Right.
But then all of a sudden he starts training and he's like in jiu-jitsu and he's in Muay Thai. So all of a sudden he got really good at fighting. And then he started beating my ass.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, well, I have to get back in the gym then. So then I got back into Muay Thai. And now I feel like we're at like an even playing field.
But if he's 6'3", it's tough to fight.
He's a tall dude. Yeah.
Because
And
of arm length.
I'm 5'11" on a
it's
good
tough.
day. So it's like, it's different.
Sometimes,
it's
yeah.
a little tricky. I kind of like it though, because I like, it's good to
challenge?
train against like someone bigger than you.
Yeah, I'm too old now, but I started boxing.
You posted a little sparring thing the other day though. You're still doing it?
I'm still pretty. I'm pretty fast and quick, but I'm starting up again.
Nice.
You get it back. It's just, I'm 62, man. When I was training,
I
it was,
wouldn't have assumed.
yeah, 62, 30. That was 32. So I was like, How was divorce for you?
I've never been.
No, but your mom and dad?
Oh yeah. It was.
Yeah, I've never been divorced
I was
either.
gonna say I've never done that. Yeah, it was weird because I just.
How old were you?
I was young. I was like 2 years old.
Oh.
So I don't remember it at all. But
It's amazing. It's so much better when your parents divorce when you're a baby or 2 years old because you don't.
yeah, it's weird though because then at the same time it's like I loved both my parents so much, and it's strange because I could see what they really admired of each other.
Yeah.
But then it's this weird thing that I never really talked about this, that I never got to see them like love each other, which felt kind of weird to me. They had a great relationship post divorce. Like everything was really cool and stuff. But it's like two of my favorite people in the world. And I knew that at one point they were a unit, and I never really got to see them be a unit. So I remember there was a couple of years there growing up where I was like, it would have been so nice to see this.
And how long were they married before they got divorced?
I don't recall exactly. I think it was only like a year or so, because I was born once they got married. Because my dad was a bit older than my mom. My mom had me when she was 20, and my dad I think was like 33 or 34. And I think they were together for like 2 years, and then they had me, and they were together for another 2 years, and then they split.
So that is a trip. You're right. I never thought of it, man. You've never been in that unit of your mom and dad loving each other, been together.
Yeah.
It's because when you were like, let's say you would have been like 5. I don't know how old you are when you finally can tell what's up.
Yeah, perceive the world.
Right. They were. They were
already separate. So I have no like real memory of them ever being together.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you wish you had.
There was a while there when I was quite young where I remember, just because I loved my mom and I loved my dad so much, that I remember really kind of like pining after that and being like, I wish I could like see them back together. And like almost concocting like schemes in my mind of like, how can I get my mom and dad back together?
That's pretty cool.
And then, you grow up and you realize like these things happen for a reason. And, it just is what it is.
Did you ever say like, hey, Dad, kiss Mom?
No, nothing like that.
You know what I mean? And they'd be like, shut up.
Well, it got tricky just because I also remember them both just having partners too my whole life.
Oh, yeah. How's that? Because I've never, look at, my mom and dad were married for 80 years, whatever they were married.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, till my dad just died. And then I've been with my wife, not married, but married 35, been together 40.
Nice.
I've never had to deal with any of that. What it's like to
no step parent,
nothing,
or girlfriend, boyfriend,
no
parent. It's weird. It's like
when the dude comes over and it's,
I had. It's interesting. I didn't expect to get so candid.
I love this shit.
I had a very, very weird relationship with my stepdad, my little brother and sister's dad. My mom was really young.
Yeah.
And it's weird because growing up, I remember being like really angry about the situations that I was placed in. But now looking back on it, I have a lot of sympathy towards it and a love and care for it, because she was like 23, 24. She was a kid.
That's young.
Like I don't have any kids, and I'm older than she was at the time, and she at that point ended up like having 3 kids. So she was just a kid raising kids by herself, essentially. And my stepdad, I don't hold any kind of like ill will towards him now, and especially looking back on it, because he was quite young too. Because my mom, by the time everything kind of ended up going down, she was like 24, 25, and I think he was only like 21.
Oh.
But he was a young dude up in Bakersfield who was gang affiliated. So he was like running in the wrong crowds. And because of that, my mom was kind of in the wrong crowds. And I got kind of pushed into that stuff too. Not involved, but it was just around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then him and my mom had 2 kids, my little brother and sister, who were just the best.
So how many altogether now?
So I have my older brother, who I share with my dad, and then my little brother and little sister, who I share with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my mom and my stepdad had 2 kids, and then shortly after they were both born, he ended up getting locked up.
Oh.
Yeah. One of his buddies got some big trouble, and he let his buddy kind of hide out at our apartment and got hit for it. So he ended up going to prison for like 8-9 years.
Damn.
I mean, my little brother and sister were like babies, basically. Yeah.
And then they're 8 years. He gets out, 8 years old now, and he gets out. You see what I'm getting at, Rory. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like when the younger the better when you go through with all this stuff happens.
Yeah, I think to a degree for sure, just because not having the awareness of what's happening.
Yeah. So they're 8.
Yeah.
He gets out of prison. They're like, prison? What prison? Oh, prison. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but if they're 15, it's a whole other ball game.
Yeah, just because they're that much more kind of like knowledgeable about the situation.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to interrupt you right now.
For it.
This is the first time I think I've ever discussed this on State of Mind.
Oh, really?
And I've discussed tons of stuff. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Anthony, have we discussed this?
Okay.
Wow. Which I love because it just other people listening could get something out of it, and it helps people, whatever.
Yeah.
So if they're 8, they're like, you know. But now, how old were you?
I'm 5 years older than my little sister, and I think she was 8 or 9 when he got out. So I was 14.
Oh, you're really know
I knew
what's
what was
up.
going on. Yeah, I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially just because I feel like it kind of like forced me into adulthood a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
because
too,
we had my grandma up there, and she was fantastic, and she like ran a daycare center, so she helped raise all of us too. But when we were just at home, it was me, my mom, my little brother and sister. So, and they were quite a bit younger than me, so it's like I felt that, and that's why the relationship is a little bit more paternal than a sibling dynamic, you know.
Because you're taking care of.
Yeah, like and they've even told me where it was like I was kind of more of a fathery type figure than a brother figure.
And it's made you mature.
I would like to think so. I hope.
Oh, you seem very mature, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
How old are you?
30.
Oh, no, you're not. So since we're down here and this stuff, any mental health that you knew of? You don't have to know anything. You don't have to talk about anything, but because I'll do that talking.
Yeah.
For
myself?
Yeah. Or your mom, or any of your family, or it wasn't talked about back then.
It wasn't ever really talked about, and it's weird because it's hard to say. I know that it's so weird because I remember growing up, I was always like, I was kind of angry about my situation growing up.
Yeah.
But now, looking back on it, I realize, first off, I didn't have it nearly as bad as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's like we grew up poor. We grew up in like a pretty rough area and stuff, and like some rough times. But there's people who have it way worse.
Yeah.
So like, who am I to complain?
Right.
So, and I have friends who grew up in much, quote unquote, better circumstances.
Yeah.
That have bigger familial issues.
Yeah.
So it's like, in the grand scheme of things, I kind of had it pretty good. At the time it didn't seem that way, but looking back on it now, it's like I grew up with a mom who loved me, a dad who loved me, and a family who cared about me and took care of me. So, in the grand scheme. I had it pretty good. But with the mental health stuff,
So you don't know what it's like. You don't know what anxiety like.
no, to a degree, anxiety about, situations that were kind of thrusted upon me. And yeah, I grew up a very, very scared kid. I was pretty fearful of a lot of things. Just because of, where I grew up,
Yeah.
there was bad shit going on. Like it was weird. This hit me a couple of days ago, and it was something that I hadn't even realized that I had like repressed. But I remember when I was like 7, 8 years old, we were living in this like really crappy apartment complex, and I saw a woman get kidnapped.
Damn.
Like right outside of our apartment. It was late at night. I was watching like Dragon Ball Z or something. I was like 7, 8, and I remember hearing screaming and looking out and saw this woman get like
Damn.
dragged across the street and thrown into a car, screaming for help, and then took off and told my mom about it. And I had things like that growing up, which kind of like made me hyper aware of how unsafe and how scary the world can be.
Yeah.
And I think, and that trickled into like having a decent amount of anxiety growing up, where then I would be kind of scared of things that you didn't really need to be scared about.
Yeah.
And like kind of almost creating like, I don't know, like false situations in your head.
Completely.
And where it's not actually there.
No.
Fortunately, I've gotten to a place now where I feel like I've grown out of that a decent amount, and I'm able to kind of like perceive the world how it is. But I remember growing up, yeah, a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, that's going to feed into some anxiety, obviously, your environment, right? I feel like this is like a therapy session, but
It does feels that way.
It does feel like it. But like I tell people who have some anxiety, this and that, the difference between regular anxiety. My brother has nothing. That dude was born with nothing.
Unfortunate.
And I'm in a mental institution. I'm like, 3 nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
My brother's like, and I'm like, God bless him, because anybody who doesn't have this should kiss the ground. But the anxiety, the difference is, it's regular anxiety. It's always fear. But what I go through is like that fear and that pain is 3-4 times worse. So if you've ever experienced some anxiety, mine is debilitating.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And forget manic episode that I've had 3, that's a whole other feeling. I mean, manic can be better. That's why you have Kanye West never getting help,
Yeah. Because manic's supposed to be like a more energetic kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, manic, see, it's all different. Since I don't know why, I feel the need to tell you about it.
Yeah, please do.
All right.
Yeah.
Depression.
Yeah.
I've had major depression, not a lot, but maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, where you just don't want to get it. You don't get out of bed. And everything's heavy. And even taking a shower, when you take a shower, that hot you feel, and that doesn't feel good. Nothing feels good. Sex, I don't think I've talked about this yet. Nothing. It feels like nothing. It's horrible.
Damn.
The only time when you're depressed, and I was with it, I had depression like that for 8 months one time. The only time I felt good is when I would sleep and I would dream that I was happy.
So when you're completely away from the reality of your life.
And then I'd wake up and I'm like, oh, back to that shit, right? Roll out of bed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's depression. Anxiety is, I call it Freddy Krueger, who comes to me, and then he gets me. And I was talking to my therapist about this And we kind of figured out it's the devil. It really is, It's God. I always used to say, God, it's God and the devil fighting each other and not being able. And if you kill yourself, then the devil wins. Most of the time, God wins. But it's a mother in there. Yeah. That's anxiety where you can't stop your thoughts at all. Your thoughts are up, and it's all fear based. And there's nothing you can do. When you get to that point, you got to go to professional help and take medication. Okay, that's anxiety. It's not as heavy as depression. Manic episode, when you're bipolar, I'll give you a little example. I went to an acupuncture. Second time I went, I left and I put on some cool music. And I started to cry, bawling, man. But it was joy. It was so much peace, man. That's what you feel when you're having a manic episode. The difference is this feeling with the acupuncture left in like 10 minutes. When you're going through a manic episode, it never leaves. Yeah, it's with you 24/7, every day.
So everything's just amplified.
Oh, it's too much. It's like... Yeah. I don't know if you've ever done cocaine, and I don't tell anybody to do cocaine, but it's like being on cocaine and not being, it's always on. You're always on it. Yeah. Whoo! So I think I'm like, I'm God.
Jazzed up.
Oh, jazzed. I can read people. I literally read my buddy's mind. Damn. He freaked out. He ran into the room. I was reading his mind. And then everything is like, pa, 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 pa. Now, sex, all that shit is tripled. It's like high up, bro. Yeah. You're like high in the shit. That's the three. So now I've given State of Mind audience and Rory a play-by-play on what each mental illness. I'm not schizophrenic. I don't know what that's about. I did interview somebody with schizophrenia. So anyway, that's that. It's only because I'm tired I'm able to just say whatever.
Well, I'm getting an education. Man.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me get into something else here. You were a fitness instructor?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, for a while. I moved out to LA. So I was in Bakersfield, and then I moved to Orange County like immediately after high school. And I was in Orange County for a while. My girlfriend at the time, fiance now, was living in Europe. She flew me out to Europe because I was.
Oh, really?
I was broke, man. I didn't have any money, and I was just surfing every day, not really knowing what I wanted to do. So she flew me out there, and we had this like big European vacation, and it was great. And then she was like, "Hey, like, what do you want to do, like, with your life?" I had no idea. And the only thing that I knew that I really enjoyed was like movies and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, I think I want to be an actor. I don't know. I've never done it before though. So she's like, just do it. And I'm a bit of an impulsive person. I like to jump without thinking a bit.
Yeah.
So immediately dropped out of college, got an apartment with her, moved to LA, and thought I was just gonna like kind of jump right into the mix of things. And obviously that doesn't happen. So then had a bunch of like odd jobs here and there. And then she had been training at this place called Barry's for a while. It's like a boot camp. It's like a private fitness gym.
Yeah.
It's cool. And I talked a lot of crap about it because I thought it was like some Zumba type.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And I was like, it's probably nothing. And she's like, you should come take it. And I was like, all right. So she brought me and I took it, and it was like the hardest thing that I had ever done.
Really?
Dude, it's crazy. It's nuts.
Boot camp?
Yeah, Barry's boot camp.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
So then I got kind of interested in it, and I started working there, like at the desk. And then eventually it was like, all right, well, I'm not making any money. Like, I got to do a little bit of something. So I asked him, I was like, hey, when's the next, like, entry to be a trainer here? Like, it's in like 3 months. Can you do it? I was like, yeah, for sure. So got all ready for it, took the test, passed. They were like, you could be a trainer. We need you to have a certificate, though. And I didn't have a certificate. So I went online.
And made what up?
And I found the cheapest certificate I could. And I had my buddy Sam sit right next to me. because you have to answer a bunch of
Oh,
questions.
yeah.
So I'd be like, what's blah, 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 blah. And he'd look it up and I'd plug it in. I got like a C+ on it.
Dang.
But all you needed was the certificate. So then I got the certificate the day before I taught my very first class. And I was
Dang.
certified. But I knew what I was doing though. Cause I'm sure you know the same. Like if you are going to the gym growing up, you learn from the older dudes.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
and you
yeah.
figure things out. So I knew what to do.
Yeah.
I just didn't know the scientific terminology.
I don't know that stuff either.
I still don't.
No.
I still don't. But yeah, that's how I jumped into that. And then I was doing that for quite a while.
Now your wife, it's like you guys are like. I met my wife when she was 16.
Mhm.
How old was your?
She was 15. I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was 21. A little different, but.
Yeah.
And then you've been together ever since?
Yeah, it's been 14 years.
So you and I are the only ones in Hollywood who had the same kind
Stuck with our ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their ladies aren't cheating on us.
No, and I mean, I attribute a lot of the relationship to her. She's just, I'm sure you get to meet her one day. She's the best. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's unbelievably kind. Everyone who meets her loves her. She's she's incredible. She's an
That's
incredible
same.
person. Yeah.
And no kids yet?
No kids yet. We talk about it nonstop though. Like it's I feel like it's kind of the biggest thing in both of our lives where we both just so badly want to be parents and want to be good parents. And she's just so incredible with kids, and I love kids so much. And it's weird because growing up, I always thought that I'd have kids pretty young, just because my mom was really young when she had me, and I liked having a young mom. It was cool. You know, she had energy. She was with it. And now I'm 30, and I don't have any kids yet. And I'm like, damn, like it's time to get going. So we have like locked it down that summer of next year, like it's happening.
Yeah, I don't think I had kids till I was 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so yeah, same
Yeah.
thing. Is your wife named Paula?
No, Alicia.
You know, Steve and I used to be in there, and I used to, help him and tell him things, and he would. But we were working together every day.
Yeah.
So it was great, and then he'd do it, and then I'd say, and he has a joke that he was pouring coffee to this older lady, and the director came out and goes, "Why are you so deep?" And he's like, "'Cause Maurice told me to do it that way." They threw him in the bus. So anyway, I'm putting that out there. If it happens, it happens, and it's time that we do scenes together, and we can get in there and work it. Ba, 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 ba.
I'd love it.
I know how to do shit. I know Laura helps you a lot.
Yeah, I joked about it the other day. I feel like Laura's become like my acting coach. Almost.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it is. And anyway, well,
it's good. I think it makes sense. I mean, honestly, you guys have been doing this. You guys are pros.
Yeah.
You know, and like I was on another soap before this, but in the grand scheme of things, I really haven't.
I know
been doing it that long.
You were on YNR for how long?
Just over 2 years, like just barely over 2 years.
That's pretty good though, 2 years.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a fun experience.
And how was it coming to GH playing a character so that's loved and popular?
It was very different, which was kind of shocking. I expected it to be a little similar. Just I don't know why I had this kind of like falsified idea that all of the soap experiences would be relatively similar.
Like, what's the difference?
We move a bit. It's weird. I don't want to say we move faster, but in a sense we do. But I like that though, because it brings a lot more energy to the set, where it's just like, come ready, come correct, get the job done.
You're right.
Do your thing. Like you can't come and figure things out on the moment. Like you have to prepare. So I like that aspect of it. And then also just, personally, it's been a lot different because when I was over at YNR, I loved the character and I loved all the people over there and stuff, but he was very much so, in my mind at least, kind of a supporting role.
Okay.
I feel like I was always either just sad or I was kind of recounting the narrative of other people's stories.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Whereas with this, I got thrusted into kind of, center stage.
Yes.
And
Literally.
it was a big storyline. And yeah, like my very first scene, I walk in and the entirety of the cast is there. And I'm just like, hi, everyone. How's it going? But it's weird, man. I thought that I might be a little bit nervous about it, but I just wasn't. I was really excited, and I had a really good time with it. And it's been like the most incredible experience, because post Y&R things got real bumpy for a while because we hit the strikes and stuff.
Oh yeah, how long were you out of work?
Long time.
Really?
Long time, man. I've never like shared this publicly, but like me and my fiance were essentially like homeless. Post Y&R, yeah. Because I was doing Y&R, and then I went recurring, and I was working here and there for a little while. And then I booked one really big one, but a small role in like the Zack Snyder movie, and I was pumped on it. And then I kept testing for like these big
But you're
projects.
testing, yeah?
And I was like, cool, I'm doing it. I'm on the right road. Strikes hit. Everything shuts down. And then simultaneously, I'm not getting called in for Y&R anymore. So all of a sudden, everything goes dry, and I already wasn't making a ton of money. And it got to a point where, like, because she was modeling professionally, and that dried up too. So neither of us were making any money, and we couldn't afford to pay rent anymore. We had to bounce out. So we were like couch surfing for almost a year.
Living on people's sofas?
Yep.
Wow.
For like most of 23. And then 24 hit, and we, most 23. And then I think it was the very beginning of 24, if I recall correctly, that I ended up getting back into Barry's, that gym.
Oh, sure.
They brought me back in. So I started working there again. And it was weird. I felt like I was like resetting in a strange way. I started working there again, started doing my thing. And the industry was still really slow. And then it slowly started to pick up. And life got kind of comfortable again. And I was like, all right, this is cool. And then GH happened.
Ever sleep in the car? Because I've had actors that...
I've had to do it personally, not as like a unit. Where it was like if I had like an audition or a job and I had to like cruise over. But I also have a decent amount of family in LA. My uncle lives here. My older brother lives here. So it was never to the point where I was like, I have to do this.
Right.
But it was...
My buddy Tyler, you know Tyler Christopher?
No, I never.
You ever heard of him?
I never met him. I know of him though.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did State of Mind. It was it is the biggest State of Mind I've done. And he ended up dying, but...
he was pretty beloved too, from what I've heard.
He wins an Emmy. 2 years later, he's homeless, living on a bench.
It's the weird thing about this industry, man.
But and what a waste of talent. He's a good guy. But that's amazing that you could. Let me tell you something. For me to live on somebody's couch, that would be so difficult. That's like...
It was hard, man. It was
right.
It was hard, especially just because growing up. Like my dad was such like a man. He was like the man. Like he was the type of dude, like he walks in a room, he's there.
Exactly.
Like he had a presence to him. And my mom was similar. Like people thought my dad was tough. My mom was tough.
Damn.
Tough lady, hard worker, got after it. We didn't have much, but she got after it. And it was like this weird thing of thinking back on it where I was like, my mom was figuring it out when she was in her 20s. And I had this weird duality of it where I was like, on one hand, I felt a lot of shame because I wasn't in as comfortable a position as a lot of my peers were.
Yeah. And
I had been. But then at the same time, it's like, but also a lot of my peers aren't pursuing the thing that they love and the thing that they want to do.
Right.
So it was this weird acceptance of like, I'm pursuing the thing that I love and that I want to do and that I want to make something out of my life with this and I want to enjoy what I do, while simultaneously having to accept the fact that that's going to come with a lot of trials and tribulations.
But don't you also think, and also in my life, I know this to be true because there's been so many things that have happened where you know, I didn't, at one point during the pandemic, didn't want to be here anymore. But I kept going, God willing.
Yeah.
And then a year later, all this success, bah, 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 you know, 2 Emmys, whatever, boom, created this show after thinking there's no way I can go on.
That's how it goes, man.
That's how it is.
It's
So
weird.
the reward for you was all that period that was tough. And then Michael comes,
Yeah.
right? GH. And the beauty of that is, as I'm sitting here, and you know, look, I'm just an actor, but as you're talking, I said to myself twice, you're never going to go through that again.
Yeah, I hope not.
I just knew it.
Yeah.
Because I know GH, been there for more than most people.
Yeah.
And I know when you came in, what has happened. So, look, you may not want to do GH after a while, but I'm saying GH will always be there for you now because of how you came in. And I don't want to get anybody else upset, but that's just the way I feel.
It's strange, man. It really is, because and it's weird because it circles back to like what I was talking about with like childhood and stuff too. When you're going through it, you think it's like the worst thing that's happening to you, and then in hindsight, you look back on it, and it's like, okay, well, if say I hadn't essentially like been let go from Y&R, and say I hadn't had to couch surf for a year, and I wasn't broke, and I didn't have to go through all the other stuff too, because you know it was just, dude, the past like 5 years, 6 years was just like a weird conglomeration of like really big ups, but then a lot of really low lows. You know,
Yeah.
we lost a lot of people, and we lost like dogs, and it was a weird time. But then especially with like getting off Y&R and being broke and trying to figure everything out. Say none of that stuff did happen. You know, say I was still, you know, doing that show, and everyone there's lovely, and I appreciate them beyond belief, and they gave me my first big job. But maybe things would have been the same, and I wasn't feeling terribly fulfilled over there. And you know,
Yeah.
it wasn't the most ideal situation for me.
No.
Whereas now, it kind of does feel that way. I feel extremely fulfilled
Yeah.
in this job. I'm having an incredible time. And I love everyone that I'm working with. I love the stories that are being thrown
Yeah.
my way. I feel challenged. I feel excited.
And you-
and
and
I
you
think
feel
I lost
wanted.
that for a while
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. It's I can tell you right now, Y&R is great. I love Y&R.
They're great. They're great.
But
yeah.
I don't, it wasn't a fit.
Yeah,
It wasn't a fit.
It wasn't a them thing.
It just wasn't a
It was
fit.
a me thing and the character thing.
Right.
It just wasn't happening.
And I can feel it just
Yeah.
by you talking about it. And this is, I would have said no before you came in here. It's not a fit, right? Because Chad's my friend, and it's a whole different look, and you know.
Well, just time spent. You know,
Ye-
he's been with you for so
Right.
long.
So I would have probably thought, nah, but boy, my mind quickly has changed.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I'm just giving it to you straight. All right, I'm going to ask you a few one question, then we'll get it on, get out of here.
Okay.
A fitness trainer. What? So you love donuts.
Yeah.
I know you love donuts.
How'd you find this out? How do you know?
Man, I do my little research.
Yeah, I do. I do.
You do love donuts?
Yeah, man. I have this like eternal inner battle going on with like my childhood self. I was quite a chunky little boy.
Oh.
And I was a donut fiend, man. Like I'd kill a dozen by myself.
A dozen?
Easy work.
You know what I love? And I could eat it just this the rest of my life is frozen yogurt.
That's good. That's better than donuts.
Like Go Greek.
I've never had Go Greek.
Go Greek is healthy, probiotics,
Okay.
all protein. But it tastes like fucking butter, man.
Oh.
It's like I
You
eat
shouldn't be
it.
telling me these things, man.
Oh,
It's
Go
dangerous.
Greek on Cold Water in Ventura.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
I ate it yesterday, and I ate it the day before, and you know.
I
But
might go there right after this.
if
Go
I
check it
didn't
out.
have another state of mind, I'd go with you.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
And
What's
I
your
get-
order at Go Greek? What do you
Well,
get?
they have different, like they have orange, they have tart, they have chocolate, they have honey.
Okay.
But I order the orange because it's made out of.
Like sorbet.
It's like it's made out of what's good for you. Not like milk. It's some other.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, it's vegan,
Yeah.
but it tastes great. That's what
yeah.
I.
Yeah, I'm a donut fiend though, man. I'll still dabble here and there.
Dozen.
But I have to, yeah, I have to taper it. I really do. I think that's what kind of thrusted me into like fitness too, is just being like super insecure when I was a kid. Just because I was
get
just
it.
a thick boy.
So
and I
could you eat?
hated it.
If I eat one donut, is that all right?
That's good. Yeah, that's great. I mean, do whatever you want, you know, do anything. But for me personally, if I get going, it's hard to rein it back in.
Damn, I can't believe that.
It's really hard to rein it back
A
in.
dozen. That's like
Yeah.
half of 24.
Yeah. Like I can go down the street right now.
And
to
do
a
it. Does it
donut
have to be a
shop and-
certain kind of donut?
Well, my favorite is a cake donut, white frosting, rainbow sprinkle.
Oh my
It's the
goodness.
best. It's the best of the best. man.
Okay, what about this? And nobody knows this, and I may have to cut it out if my wife's gonna be like, "Don't put that in there." But I used to get stoned.
Uh-huh.
Was way back, you know,
Yeah.
and I used to eat a Boston cream pie from Marie Callender's. Dude, I'm not joking. We'd be around the Boston cream pie right here, right?
Yeah.
And then I take a piece and go watch a stupid movie that made me laugh, like Congo.
Best night ever.
Oh, it's the best night ever. Congo. I'm Congo.
I've never seen
And
Congo.
like we're supposed to believe this gorilla's real. I'm Congo. And he's drinking a martini and shit. Okay, it's ridiculous. Okay, but I used to take the Boston cream pie. I'd take a bite and then I just grab it with my hands, dude. And just put it in my
It's animalistic
Yeah.
after a while.
It was so good.
I wasn't too. It's weird. I was never too savvy on like the Boston cream
No?
deal. But then they got those Boston cream donuts. It's like has the cream filling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Those
That-
are dangerous, man.
That's That's a trick.
Dangerous.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's do it.
I just want to. I'll say something. I'll talk to the audience about you and kiss your ass, maybe. I don't know. All right, so Rory's come in. It's been a freaking day, man. I had Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother, come in and talk to me about all my childhood great series, and then about Ron Howard and about him and about this, about that. Then I had Laura Wright come in, and it was like we were at GH's bullshitting. I don't even know what we talked about, to be honest with you. Then Rory comes in. I didn't know what to expect. I had a lot of shit that I was going to get into if he didn't talk much. But he ends up talking about stuff that I never talked about on State of Mind. That's not easy to do. That's difficult because I've talked about everything. But he was wow. I don't know. Somebody might have told me that he doesn't talk or something. But it was cool, man.
I wasn't expecting it either.
You weren't expecting, yeah.
No, I don't
It
know.
was very, very open about a lot of stuff that I can't wait to put this out. Anyway, thank you for coming, brother.
Appreciate you. Man.
All right, man.
Thank you, Mo.
All right.